Yeah, I already broke the seal. I already broke the seal,
yeah,
baby.
brother.
Let's go.
You already broke the seal?
Yes.
Well, don't say anything. We're about to start a live show. Oh, God, we're already live.
Wait.
Hold up, everybody. What is everybody? Welcome to the Winners Lounge.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I finished getting a tweet out. It was about.
Was it a good one? Was it about MPJ?
Yeah.
Was it positive?
Imagine you possess truly elite ability in your favorite thing. Everyone tells you you're destined for greatness, but your body gives out, and the doctors tell you it's over.
Play some dramatic music, Kel. Do we have any dramatic? We have the funky music. All right, that's good enough.
And it's a picture of our guy holding the trophy. And it just says, "Don't take him for granted."
I feel like this is about you and tweeting though.
Don't take him for granted.
Don't take me
Eli,
for granted.
good. He's
Doctors
tweeting
told me to
some
stop. My therapist told me to stop.
I feel like it was bad for you.
Yeah.
Nuggets get the win. I feel like this is one of those games. You know, sometimes they give you a game, win or lose. There's one thing. Remember the other night they lost to Utah? Nothing to talk about. Literally nothing to talk about.
We talked about times we phoned it in at work.
that was the only thing we could talk about. Then there's games like tonight. So many storylines.
A plethora
of things to talk about. To help me out, I got Brennan Vogt.
Let's go!
Whoa.
He is so mistimed today. You know, it's like the timing is uneven.
I'm on a delay right now.
Yeah.
I can't, dude. Just go to someone else. Michael Winter Jr. I can't wait for my big takeaway.
It's about MPJ. Over here, I got D-Line Co. wearing the same shirt as me.
It is a sweatshirt, not a sweater. We're wearing it together because we are company men and we also enjoy fashion. The Nuggets are great. The takeover was fantastic. I love all of our people. Life's good. You know what I mean?
Man, life is so good. And then over there, rounding out the show, Superstar Dev.
Again, we're going to talk about that, the perch.
The perch is pretty good today.
We perched it up. We perched it up.
You're perching?
Yeah, we met a couple of families. Amy Fox and their kids. We got to meet them. They were super excited. Super cool.
Were they pretty bummed that I wasn't there?
Absolutely.
Didn't come up.
They didn't come up. They didn't say it. I apologize.
But yeah, I love being with the people. I love the takeovers.
Takeover night, so you know we're going to have some people coming over, so we got to get through our notes quickly. Fast breakdown. Let's go fast. Ball was popping early. Do you guys remember the possession, like, first 2 minutes where there was, like, 18 passes, but nobody got open somehow? Ball was popping, man. But ball was popping early. It was fun. Jokic to AG connection was on point tonight, especially in that first quarter. There were so many plays where it was Jokic to AG. Jokic 6, 4, and 6 in his first stint. Halfway to a triple-double. 28-28 Nuggets, though. Not getting any stops. Kind of back and forth game. Murray got his second foul. Nuggets challenged it and overruled. The Nuggets won that challenge. Then DeAndre Jordan got 3, and he was furious, you guys.
A harbinger of things to come.
A harbinger of things to come. I got a note on this. We'll circle back to here in a little bit. It was illegal screening, you know, some of the boxing out fouls. You know, there was these weird ones, man. I don't know what it was. Christian Brown, Peyton Watson can't finish. They had so many, like, Yoke's out there, so he has to come back early. And he kept dropping dimes to those guys. None of them could finish. Layups are tough for those two. 2 on Jokic, 2 on Murray, then 3 on Jokic. Like, there were so many calls. 3 on Turner, 3 on Mathurin, 3 on Liver. Like, everybody was getting 3, and I was like, come on, guys, quit calling fouls. I don't want to say anything about the referees or anything.
Yes,
but
you do.
I will. Maybe we'll get to it here
We're not
later
trying
on.
to get fined here.
Almost a 4th foul on Jokic because they called an offensive foul on Turner, and the Pacers very smartly challenged. You know how when a guy has 3 and everybody knows it? Ref, you got to earn the 4th one. Well, Pacers were like, well, let's just challenge it, because if you challenge, a ref will give you a leeway, but if you challenge it, you can't give a leeway on it, you know? And the Pacers very smart to be like, we'll challenge it. But they lost, and thank God, because it was a call that I don't think you should have called the foul, but on replay, it's like you never know what's going to happen. Aaron Gordon goes to center. You think the Nuggets are going to collapse without Jokic for 6 minutes? Nope. They go on a nice little run, actually, without Jokic. Very good job. However, in the final 60 seconds of the half, it's like an 8-0 run. Nuggets coughed it all back up going into the half, and it's 60-57 Nuggets. Third quarter. Malone rage timeout 88 seconds into the quarter. You guys remember that?
Yes.
And how did the Nuggets respond? Murray turned it over right immediately, and they got a fast break 3-tie game. Malone rage timeout. He has to learn. Rage timeouts, these guys are like rage timeout the bench. Don't rage timeout the starters. They're adults. They've been there. They won a championship. Nuggets were getting killed on the boards. 13 offensive rebounds to 1 at this point in the third quarter. Brucey B, 5 offensive rebounds. 5 times the offensive rebounds as the entire Nuggets. But the Nuggets got serious for a minute, retook the lead. 8-point lead. Nuggets struggled at the end of the fourth quarter. or in the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, they built it up. DeAndre Jordan gets a tech. Furious because on an offensive foul, he got one. And then on the next play, Aaron Gordon gets one, boxing out a guy. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Uh-oh.
It was a very short ref who called a lot of fouls against all the tall guys.
Whoa.
Illegal screens, illegal box out.
Did you think those were fouls? Did you think those were fouls, Vogt?
I'll just say that from my perspective, they looked different than from Adam's perspective.
My gosh, this guy was calling everything on big screens, box outs. It doesn't matter, just being too tall. It's like, DeAndre, this is one tech, 7 feet tall.
I'll tell the truth. If I was a referee, I would be extremely partial to Tiny Kings.
This guy
would be extremely partial.
This guy very short and calling a lot of fouls.
He's probably like 6 inches
Evan
taller
Scotty, very short. Anyway, Nuggets pull away in the fourth quarter and completely dominate down the stretch. Not that much tension in the fourth quarters. The Nuggets, they buckle down. All right, Dev, what's your big takeaway?
I do think it's crazy that you had to spend so much time on the refs because that was crazy. That was wild that you get 2 calls a game and they lost both of them. And I feel like it's a refs versus everything else thing. Your job is to call the game, and I don't understand why you can't call the game. That's not my takeaway, but I just had
But
to
even
say
Miles
something
Turner
about
had fouls in this game. Like, it was, I'm telling you, instead of ref you suck, it should be ref you're short.
Come
ref
on.
you're short.
All right, I'm going to draw the line there.
That's too much.
That's too much.
That feels hateful.
Yeah,
It
That
was
is
a very
hateful.
short ref calling all the bigs for fouls. It was so
Hate
dumb.
speech
I mean, I was
didn't
in on
want-
TJ McConnell out there getting any calls.
Well, he was
Two-time
playing hard.
MVP. Two-time
He was playing
MVP.
hard,
And here
and
comes
he's
little
at a
TJ
natural
McConnell.
disadvantage.
Refs, like, I see a lot of
the
myself
TJ
in that
McConnell
guy.
one is that did it. But my real big takeaway of this game is I said going into this game that this is a game that your starters get right. This was like the perfect spot for the starters because, I mean, Jamal got to get his shots up. He got to take the most shots in the game. Also got other people involved, but he got to score. KCP had himself a good game, very efficient, played good defense.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon dominated. And then Michael Porter Jr. had the best shooting game of his, of the year right now. Like, I think that was the perfect spot. And that's what you do against these Pacers. This is narrative week. You start it out right, and you keep it going. That's my big takeaway.
I like it, man. 2 in a row where the Nuggets have, at least the starters have looked very good. What else?
That's exactly right. Like the Denver Nuggets are back on track. The Denver Nuggets look like the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, it was light work. Like, this was another extremely hot team coming into Ball Arena. Obviously, they're missing their main star with Tyrese Halliburton being out. But they didn't score nearly the amount that they normally do. The Nuggets were just able to, they were fully in control of that game the entire time. It was beautiful. Like, I never for a second thought they were going to lose. Jokic was Jokic, Gordon was Gordon, Murray was Murray, and another guy was another guy. I won't even talk about him. We'll let VOGT cook on that one. But it was great to see, man. They're locking in.
Aaron Gordon with 20?
Well, I mentioned Gordon.
Yeah. Are you talking about KCP? He was really good tonight.
Yeah,
they were good.
Yep.
Must have been KCP. Vote?
Well, I'll start where everyone thinks.
Everybody, hold on. Everybody turn the volume down a little bit.
I'll start where everyone thinks I'm going to start. Bruce Brown, what a hooper.
What a hooper.
It's
He
really
was
good.
fun.
I think we've kind of flirted a little bit with, like, how important was he to their regular season success? The playoff run, we know.
Yeah.
The regular season success, can they recreate it this year? I'm going to go with no, they haven't.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have them.
Yeah.
I do still stand by how excited I am about where Christian and Peyton can go and this bench group in the playoffs. But let's not kid ourselves. Bruce Brown, hooper. You know who else is a hooper, fellas?
Who's that?
Nikola Jokic.
Michael Porter Jr.
What?
Man.
And he tied a career high with 5 assists tonight. Second time he's done that this season. I think he's been moving the ball much better this season. He was really efficient. He was 9 of 15, 7 of 11 from 3.
He didn't have any assists, though, did he?
No, he had 5.
5 assists?
And 8 rebounds. And 3 stocks, guys. 3 stocks. A steal and 2 blocks.
That's a hell of a stat line.
I haven't looked this up. It just feels right. Porter had that great breakout game against Indiana like years ago.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've just decided this is a good matchup.
That's that-
No
yeah.
clue if that's true, but
Doesn't
tonight
matter.
it played out. I think when Porter, there was a good combination tonight of the Nuggets keeping an effort to keep Porter involved and Porter making an effort to keep Porter involved. He got himself open. He kind of demanded the ball at times. He wanted the ball. He was very vocal about wanting it. Almost upset when he didn't get it. Had a lot of energy when he was away from the ball, when he was defending, when he was rebounding. Tonight, all 3 of those guys, my last big takeaway was that it was the best shot distribution and balance we'd seen yet from those three. Well, tonight, all three of them finished with 25 points.
That's even better.
So we've got a new best. And I just, the two-man game, being over-reliant on it is not a sin because it won you a title. It's a great baseline. But I do think that there is a version of this team that includes a more balanced effort from these three guys. And tonight we saw it, and tonight they looked very difficult to beat.
Yeah. The Nuggets starters were phenomenal tonight. Bench, not necessarily so much, but the Nuggets starters were incredible. And if you told me, I'm going to piggyback on yours, a slightly different point. 25 points for Jokic with a triple-double. All Sombor double.
Triple-dubbish.
A triple-dubbish. He was very close to a perfect game. 25-point triple-double is... What did they say about LeBron? 27, 7, and 7 was like
Right,
the
that's
LeBron,
the
and he
LeBron.
actually never got it. 25, 12, and 10 is probably the Jokic. That's like a standard Jokic game. He was almost right there. Jamal Murray going for 25 points on 18 shots. That's very good. He had 8 assists as well. And then Michael Porter, 25, 8, and 5. And then you go to Aaron Gordon, who had 20 and 10, double-double with 20. And then you go to KCP, who had 11 on 3 of 4 shooting, just efficient. That's the perfect breakdown of scoring.
Right.
If you were to draw up, like, what's a perfect Nuggets game look like, those are the numbers. And the fact that we don't have just one but two, yes, the Utah game was bad. The Orlando game was bad. They were coming off of a little bit of a low point, if you will. I hope that's the low point of the season because it wasn't that low. It was just a little low. And from that moment on, I just felt like the Nuggets have played the right way. And the guy who I think is most important to that is Jamal Murray. Jamal had 5 turnovers tonight. It wasn't a perfectly played game from him. But the last 2, I just feel like he has been attempting to do the right thing with no ulterior motives or agendas. It was like, nope, he went out there and scored when he needed to score, led the second unit when he needed to lead the second unit, and got the ball where it needed to go the rest of the time. And to me, I'd say so much of this just comes down to Murray. The team seems to find the rhythm when he is when he seems to be focused on the right things. 2 games in a row now that he has, the Nuggets look like the best team in the world.
I mean, he's such an important piece to the team, not only because he's the point guard, but because of how gifted he is. He can score in so many different ways. He shoots the 3-ball well, finishes around the rim. He has that turnaround, patented turnaround that he knocks it down, and he has a bag where he could get into and score.
Yeah.
But also it's very important to make sure that everyone else stays involved, that everyone else feels like they can eat too, and that's been the biggest difference in these last 2 games. He has scored, but everyone else has 8 too. And that's where you find that balance. He had 8 assists in this game. Last game he had 9 assists. But he also was able to score the ball too. So it's like, hey, you can get your own, but also make sure everybody else is happy. And then you're seeing that it comes back to him. You're not, upset. You're running hard on plays. You know that you're going to, get the ball. So it's the balance. In the last 2 games, we're also seeing a balance of everybody's rebounding. Everybody has assists. The ball is popping around where it's just, okay, everyone is involved. I feel like when it gets hero ball, then you're going to take bad shots here and there. You don't know when you're going to get it again, so you're just forcing shots up and things like that. So I think he's done a great job of like, hey, I'm trying to find the middle.
Yeah. Even shot distribution, D-line, because it's not just the points that I said, but 18 for Murray, he still got the most shots. But 15 for MPJ, 13 for Yoke, 10 for AG, 4 for KCP. It just feels like the right rhythm to that group. The starters tonight kind of dominated. I mean, plus 18 for AG, 13 for MPJ, 10 for Yoke.
They did. I was riding back in Dev's super cool car that wasn't the bus. I was like, who had a good game? It's like nobody stood out in the right way. Like it wasn't
You don't
like
think?
I mean like because everybody's like the tide rose and all three
Sure.
and I would even say 4 players had such a good game. It was like it just was such, I don't know, it was such light work for the Denver Nuggets. It just felt like they were playing in a way. There was no hero ball, as Dev astutely points out. It just like they just found the right shot.
Yeah.
They did the right thing. It's just so effortless, and you love it. Like a game like it's just like so fun.
Felt natural.
This is like so fun to watch a game like this.
I just want to disagree with you on one thing, because I do think one player had a great game. I think there's one guy that was actually a phenomenal game, and it's Michael Porter. And I want to get to him on the other side and go in depth, because to me, Michael Porter has had more spectacular games than he had tonight, but I'm not sure he's had better all-around games than what he had tonight. So I want to get to that on the other side. Did you want to put a button before we get to MPJ?
Yeah, just a button on the point you're all making. Field goal percentages for the starters tonight: 60% for Porter, 70% for AG, 92% for Jokic.
Yoke's hilarious, you guys. Yoke's numbers the last
He
time.
didn't miss one
It
again.
was a Sombor Shuffle is the only one he
And
missed.
75%
What a
for
drag.
KCP, and then your leading shot taker, Jamal Murray, 61%. So yeah, I'd say the starters had a decent time scoring tonight.
I'm telling you, I'm feeling good about my take that Yoke's going to have 2 perfect triple-doubles this year. We got one in the first half of the season,
He's
and I
gonna
just
have a
feel
perfect Sombor double.
I'm actually, you know what I'm worried about? Honest to God, if you told me I could change my vote now to be 1 perfect triple-double, which he already has, or more than 2, I might go more than 2 at this moment. I kind of feel
Getting
like
greedy over there.
I'm
No,
not
dude.
trying to. I'm just saying if you gave me a chance to change
This
it.
dude's not missing shots.
Before we go to break, though, our takeover was tonight. Can you share some photos, Kale, that I sent your way from the takeover? How was the takeover tonight, fellas? Look at the homies, man. Who's screaming at the top of their
he
lungs?
was actually screaming at me.
Sit down, D-Line, sit down. What else we got?
Seriously,
oh,
look at-
my
hey, look at me,
goodness.
look
There's
at me,
D-Line
look.
in the back. Look at him. Is he
Giving
uncertain?
a peace sign.
Oh, man. Look
There
at
was
the
a great
homies.
spot D-line photo in this somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Little double pistols right there.
Double pistol.
pistols.
Our cameraman is good, right?
You know what the best part?
We're perching it up.
There's
Let's
the
perch
perch.
it up.
Look at
More
that
people,
dev pose.
more people showed up even after this this initial version of the
Photo?
perch.
Yeah.
The best part about the takeover tonight, we were in club level, looking down at
really?
all of the peasants, dude.
Oh, those peasants
Oh,
not
I
in
didn't even
club.
know that.
All right, let's take a break on the other side. Let's
the
go
peasants
deep
in
on
the
Michael
first
Porter.
level.
You know who's a peasant? Anyone who goes to Vegas and doesn't stay at Circa Resort and Casino.
Oh, those
Because
peasants.
that's where royalty stays. Vegas' first ever adults-only casino resort. That might sound a little weird to you. Think about it for 10 more seconds. It's actually awesome. They check IDs at the door, so you can't get in if you're a kid, which, first of all, let's not kid ourselves, you're in Vegas. That's absolutely the last thing anyone wants to run into is a child. And then it just makes it easier to get in line to buy drinks and buy, because they're not checking IDs there. They already checked them at the door. Once you get inside, the world's largest sports book is there, a 3-story stadium-style screen that takes 10 people to operate the 78 million food from Victory Burger, Wings Co. There's the stadium swim location we're always sharing pictures from, all the beats that go to Vegas. You've probably seen it by now. You're probably jealous by now. If you're heading out to Vegas anytime soon, book your stay with code DNVR20 for 20% off. Also, the Circa Sportsbook app is available in Colorado. Download it now. And that bets can only be made at Circa Sports when physically located in the state of Colorado. Must be 21 or older. All rights reserved. Circa Sports Colorado encourages you to gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER or visit problemgambling.colorado.org. Now, we have worked hard to pair you guys with the best roofers in the business, but because we're very big on rounding it out, you know what I mean? We want you to have the whole experience. How about Empire today is the best place to get new flooring? Roofing and flooring. Empire Today is the best, and they're so good that they've got copycats, but you can't beat them. The real guys, the real thing. At quality, service, speed, they advertise low-quality products that they simply don't carry, and they promise the lowest prices because anyone who does that is putting flooring in your home that they wouldn't put into theirs. So trust Empire Today, okay? They're trying to get you the best deal. They're trying to get you the best flooring, and you can schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off discount when they use promo code DNVR. That's $350 off, folks, when you use code DNVR. Restrictions to apply. See EmpireToday.com/DNVR for details.
800. Empire. Empire Today.
is it
they have
that
a
Empire?
very well-known jingle.
Dude, I didn't even put that
800.
together.
Dude,
I didn't know that either.
2-300 Empire.
There it is, man. We all know the jingle.
All right, cool. We'll just sing that instead of doing the read.
Will you
Seriously.
please start doing that? All right, guys, back here. You're done, right?
I am done,
Back here. Let's talk about Michael Porter because he goes 7 of 11
Yeah, I did.
from 3 tonight, which is one, like we've had. He finally shot the way I expect him
I
to.
know.
7-Eleven, and you're like, finally.
Here's the thing about
Where's
Michael
this
Porter.
been?
4 of 10, and we're all disappointed. Like, man, he was off tonight, and it's like actually a really good percentage. 7 of 11, and I'm like, he didn't miss.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
he
thinking
hit.
about the 4 he did miss. Like, those were close, too.
Like, this is the game that Vogt has been talking about for every game, but like this was it. This was the Porter game. This
But
was
then you have
delicious.
the 8 rebounds. Then you have 5 assists, you guys. 5 assists from BJ. 1 steal, 2 blocks. And he just did everything. And honestly, I've been talking about the Michael Porter jump shot pass to Yoke and then cut. They had one tonight that Yoke effed up.
I know.
Because he actually didn't, instead of cut, he flared. He popped because it was the right space, and then Yoke missed it, and then Yoke looked like he was pissed at him. And I was kind of like, I don't know, Yoke, I think you got to work on a little two-man chemistry.
Maybe it was a good read from Porter.
But Porter tonight, man, making so many great plays, fitting in. It's funny watching Mike because I honestly... Most games, I'm more mad at shots he passes up than shots he takes. Almost every single night. Yep. And tonight is no different. But there is a wisdom in it because while he probably could have had 30 tonight, his so aggressive willingness to fit in and do all the other stuff is like, nights like tonight, it just pays off to where you're like, man, this guy's such a full player, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there was a timeline where he's just a taller Jordan Poole, right? Where you're like, yeah. I hope he gives us 30, and if he doesn't, we're closing with Fruit Brown tonight. All right, but it's different. And Porter's done so much work to raise the floor. He is I think some people will give me crap for this. He's a sneaky, consistent player, man. He doesn't consistently score 30 points, but he is consistently doing something that contributes to winning. And, you know, you pointed it out, 7-11, and we're all like, oh, finally, he shoots that well. People feel like Porter should shoot that well because he's wide open so often. Porter's wide open so often, not because he's an afterthought, because he's very, very, very good at moving off ball, at relocating, at finding space and finding shots. And tonight was a great example of him doing the work off ball, not to just fade into the corner with a hand up and wait. As the ball moved, he moved. As guys moved, he was setting screens. He was telling guys where to be. So I just thought he looked healthy. He read the floor well tonight. He moved off ball well tonight. And it was a good synergy between him and the team of making sure that it wasn't a 10-point Porter quarter. It was a well-rounded Porter game.
I'm glad that you talked about like the movement off ball because this was a game and I felt like he was always open. Mm-hmm. Like he had a lot of no one else is around, right. This is about to go in. And that is because he's like so involved, so much part of the offense right now and not in these small spurts like you alluded to. He's trying to put it together for the full game where he's getting rewarded by more minutes. He's doing the little things, grabbing boards, protecting the rim now. That's added. We're 2 blocks. Right. The steals and just playing it on both ends of the floor where it's hard to keep him off of the floor. You don't forget about him out there. He's very loud, his plays. That's a part of being a part of the offense. And then also he feels confident to bring the ball up. He's like turning people down. He's like, no, I got this. This is a mismatch. I'm going to score now. And you love to see that because now it's just another person that you have to focus on.
Right.
If Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, and Jokic are able to just score when they want to, what can you do with
nothing?
Them? You have to just say, we're going to give KCP open shots. Well, he's knocking that down. We're going to let Aaron Gordon just continue to roll to the rim. Well, he's going to dunk that. It makes them scary. So I hope that he continues to put it together. Like his consistency is standing out right now.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like we talked about him moving better, but honestly, but I also feel like right now, and there's a limit to this, so I don't want to overstate it. But for Porter, I think we've seen improvement in how he's reading the floor. There are a lot of mistakes still, but I think we've seen a guy who's kind of like figured out a little bit what he can do if option A didn't work out.
Yeah.
As opposed to just one cut and now I stand. He's thinking out there, man. And I just Donnie puts it in there. He's a plus 303 this season. I haven't fact checked that.
Oh my God.
Sounds right because good things happen when he's playing hard.
Yeah, I think he's just like more comfortable in his skin. Like I don't think he's trying to like prove himself as much anymore.
Yeah.
And the game, like the Nuggets sort of in general, there's a lot of guys that are just allowing the game to come to them. And like what better way to approach a basketball game when you have Nikola Jokic running that offense? It just everything works so seamlessly if nobody's forcing it. Like the times we've seen things go badly is when Jamal was forcing it, like
right.
Porter sometimes forcing it. There was just such a smooth, like it was just a smooth wheel. It was just operating without any, there was just no, what's the word I'm looking for? No resistance. And Michael Porter's a big part of that. It's beautiful.
This is the 6th game of his career that he has had 5 assists, by the way. Second time this year. He had one in the playoffs, of course, last year. So I just feel like, to your point, he is a little bit better as a playmaker and just making some plays. But a lot of this is, I don't feel like there's many, if any, games that I could point to where I'm like, Porter was too aggressive tonight.
Right.
I think there's handful of games I can point to and say I wish he was more aggressive.
Yep.
But that's almost better. It's like, hey, you're doing it right. It's almost never, if never, Michael Porter's fault that the Nuggets aren't in a rhythm, for offensively. So I think that's a really big one. Aaron Gordon, he's too big for this matchup. He went 7 of 10. It's funny that Aaron Gordon is the piece of the Nuggets that is like, if you don't have the guy, it doesn't matter. I actually think Denver's bench tonight was really bad and dangerous. Denver doesn't win a lot of games when the bench gives you 11 points total,
Right.
and that was only 2 guys that scored. Reggie had 9. There were 2 points between Christian, DeAndre,
One
and
drive
Peyton
by
Watson.
Christian, yeah.
And it was a drive, by Christian. That was it. Other than that, no points. Usually Denver's not scoring great off of those, but tonight it was kind of not close because of that starting 5 and how they played. NAG, 20 and 10, plus 18. Too big, man.
He's way too big, and that's against a team where the Pacers have 2 centers on the court, but they're not as active as him, and he also he's part of the offense. He knows exactly where to be, and that lob is back where he's just going to dunk it every single time, or he's just going to finish it around. He also is he's so big, he's knocking people over to the rim, and either you're going to foul him or he's going to finish. And that's a great part of the offense. But he's just in a groove right now where he just looks energetic. He looks like he's ready to play. He's putting things back, and he's not even a part of the offense while being a part of the offense. He doesn't care if he scores a bunch. He's going to get it in different ways. He's getting putbacks. He's, tips, everything else, but also he's just in a groove.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing such aggressive, such strong bully ball right now, where he's just getting it. He's jumping in. Nobody's going to stop him. He's going up. He's either going to score or get a foul. He's playing so confidently, and you're right. A matchup like this where he can just eat. It is wild that they have 2 centers, but they really have none. One of them offers no resistance to Nikola Jokic. The other offers no resistance to Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon can play the 5 for extended periods of time, and if DeAndre Jordan gets ejected, it's fine. It's no big deal.
It's true.
It's no big deal at all, actually.
Yeah.
Although
it was actually pretty hilarious.
It was hilarious and it sucked, but
DeAndre never gets that riled up.
no, dude, he's the peace and love guy on the bench.
He just knew, man.
He knew that they needed it.
No, he just knew. Short ref out here. I mean,
is that what it
better
was?
if we just go small.
Every short is ref. Or every ref is short. compared
DeAndre
to
Jordan
him.
pulled one for the team tonight. He's like, we need short out there, dude.
Dude,
He's like, where's Pickett? Where's Colin? Get these guys
it is
out
wild.
center.
Just quickly, we touched on it. The Nuggets were so mad at the refs tonight.
Dude,
Michael
they
Malone
sucked, man.
Michael Malone was apoplectic. He was beside himself.
I hate talking about the refs. We try. We don't on the show talk about refs too often. I feel like we have a lot this year because there's a lot of just really ridiculous, over the top.
If the Nuggets want to sign me to a 10-day, I will make life very annoying for Joel Embiid. I'll slap the shit out of him, and they'll
swallow your
have
whistle.
no idea as I just hack
Man,
him.
one of the fouls tonight on Yoke was the Turner doing this thing where he goes with his arms like that. And I was just like, Yoke didn't even reach for it. Yoke just played regular defense, didn't even reach in the cookie jar, and they still got it. And I was just like, all the players have learned how dumb the rules are.
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
Miles Turner is doing a little one of these.
Literally jumping into your defender constitutes a foul.
The ref's like, oh.
Which is why I always felt that I did not have to hand it to James Harden. He figured it out. I'm like, yeah, he figured out how stupid it is.
Yeah,
This is
totally
dumb.
has.
You got to hand it to him. No, you do not.
No, I don't.
Yes, under no
actually refuse to.
circumstances you have to hand it to him. Let's talk about Yoke, you guys. One of
Let's
my
talk
favorite
about Yoke,
pastimes.
dude.
He missed the Sombor shuffle tonight,
Son of a biscuit.
and that's it. Everything else, and he had 7 turnovers. He did have some turnovers. I mean,
Trade
that's
him.
what they do. The Nuggets had 21 turnovers tonight. The bench scored no points, and they had 21 turnovers, still got the win.
That means they lost, right?
Usually that means they lost. But instead, Yoke tonight, 25, 12, and 9, and 12 of 13 shooting. The only shot he missed was the grenade he was handed, and he usually hits the Sombor, and he wasn't even close tonight. Just hard off the right rim. It was pretty ugly. But 12 of 13, he is now 85 of his last 105 shots over 9 games.
That's insane.
That's actually stupid.
He's the first player in NBA history to shoot 80% or better in a 9-game span with a minimum of 100 attempts.
Suck it, Wilt.
The very best part of this is that it's a month removed from him having the least efficient 2-game stretch in NBA history.
Yeah, 2 games. We're
2
all
games.
freaking out about
We're
10
all
games.
freaking out.
Honestly, if you think about it, what is right, that 2 games is going to cost him the MVP in the first half of the season. People think he's having this down year, and he's not. And then he's just put up 9 straight games where he's missed 1 shot a game. 1 a game.
It's like a soundboard double in a different way. He just misses 1 shot.
I know.
It's not that he's off by 1, but really, like, he looks incredible right now. Like, to even say that his touch is off, he's making everything, and it's like the level of difficulty. Like, when other guys do this type of stuff, it's just straight dunks, like, the entire time. I think about, like, Andre Drummond
First off,
or
other
something
guys
like
don't
that.
do it. We just established that.
His is like, they don't do that. His is 3-pointers, so, he's doing floater, the floater every single time. Like, he just does whatever he wants. Like, he's incredible in that. And also, he has made it to where you really are kind of fucked if you decide to just go one-on-one with him. If you don't double him, then you're getting punished. But if you double him, you're definitely getting punished. He makes it so that there's nothing that you can do with him. I just feel like every single time that he touches it, something great's going to happen.
Is the bus here?
Not yet.
Oh, not yet,
It's easy for him right now. Very easy. He said basketball is easy. We believe him.
Dude, nothing makes me happier than when the other team decides to make Jokic a scorer. It's the best nights ever. When they're
I
like,
know. Part of me is always like, good luck, dude. And I love, Adam and I were joking about this because I think our guy Nick took a great still photo of Jokic shooting a floater. Basketball has lent itself to some of the most aesthetically pleasing athletes and skill sets that we've ever seen in sport. And perhaps the most devastating shot to exist is the most awkward man you've ever seen, flat-footed, just kind of.
Truly incredible
That's
stuff.
basketball.
I just wonder how long this run can go. I almost wonder if he came out aggressive. He was trying to score a lot. Then he had a little mini rut. And I do wonder if he was like back to basics.
let's just make every shot.
Jump hooks. If you think about it, though, it's all the same shot, right?
Yeah.
It's his floater, it's his jump hook, and then it's the set jumper that he does every now and then. And a sombor here or there. And almost nothing else to his game. And I just wonder if it was like back to basics. And it turns out when he's back to basics, he shoots 95%.
Right.
Which is pretty good. All right, let's take a break on the other side. That bus should be arriving soon.
I'm told the bus is pulling up now.
Pulling up. Woo! So we'll have some guests on the show here, as we like to do during our party buses.
Hey, pop quiz,
You guys
guys.
are going to meet TK, my guy.
If you've been hurt in
He's
a
gonna
car
say the word
accident
mug, I promise.
as a
Mug?
pedestrian or at work, and you're pretty gosh darn sure it's not your fault, what do you do, Eric? What do you do?
You smash the twos with reckless abandon.
That's right. Find the number 2 on your phone dial and smash it. 222-2222, or go to coloradolaw.net. That's how you get in touch with Backus and Shanker. The best part about getting in touch with Backus and Shanker, they don't charge you for a consultation. Wait, it gets better. They actually don't charge you to take on your case.
Wow.
Now, how could that possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay?
They charge you when they lose?
No, they only charge you if they win.
Oh, wow, that's incredible.
So then everyone gets the money, they get the money, you get the money, and buddy,
They must feel
have made
very
folks
confident.
money. They've won over $1 billion for their clients over the years. So if you've been hurt in a car accident, as a pedestrian, or at work, and it isn't your fault, you know what to do. Find the number 2 and call our friends Backus and Shanker. It is distressingly hard to watch sports on TV. When I grew up, you knew where it all was. You know what I'm talking about, guys? The good old days.
Yeah.
Back when TV was black and white. When I grew up.
That's- yeah, for real.
There used to be this thing that made it really simple. You just turned on your TV and you knew what games were on and when, and you got them all. Not the case anymore unless you have Fubo TV. You get 140 live channels of sports, shows, movies, and news. Stream live TV from any device. And here is the hook, line, and sinker. Watch the most Colorado sports for the lowest price. Get your football in there. Get your Colorado teams in there. Get 1,000 hours of cloud DVR included at no extra charge. Do it with Fubo. Go to www.fubotv.com/DNVR to sign up for 15% off your first month of Fubo Pro.
I love Fubo.
I do too.
You know what I did today before I shut up? I watched Fubo.
Did
Really?
you?
I did.
Nice.
So you're watching Fubo. You ever said it wrong, though, where you just turned on the TV and you knew it was on? Not true. You had to get the Reader's Digest. You guys remember?
Oh, that's
or
true,
like one of
yeah.
those things where you had to like flip through to find out when Batman was on this. This
There's
is
the
when I was
bus.
a kid.
There's the bus.
Oh boy, it's about to turn up several degrees in here.
Yeah.
It actually is pretty warm up here anyway. Real quickly before they get here, though, we should talk about Brucey B. I got to be honest, man. I loved Brucey B when he was here. Loved him. Big fan, man. He was awesome. Goes away. We have our own Peyton Watson, Christian. But, it's a different year. You're kind of having fun with it. Seeing him tonight, miss him even more.
We missed you, Bruce.
Miss him even more, man. Bruce is the best. He went to the freaking stock show last night, which I just love.
He's like the number. He is the number one pander king. And again, we'll say this again. We'll say this again. Anybody who wants to pander to us, we will accept it.
How do we not come to the DNVR bar though?
I hate Bruce.
I hate Bruce too. Bruce good at it. No, I love it. And then you watch him tonight. He's grabbing all the offensive rebounds. He's hitting threes. He's just mixing it up. The ceremony, everybody kind of just, you could tell how much the team loves him, and they're giving him, Yoke's massaging his shoulders while he gets his ring. And just seeing Bruce tonight. Oh man, there's the bus.
A lot of woo-woo-woos.
Real quickly, Brucey B.
I mean, I've been in a relationship before, and this is the one that got away. This is the one that got away.
Tough.
Everybody loves Bruce. I'm looking at a picture right now. Michael Malone was
of your ex?
No,
Bruce,
not of my
I
ex.
see. Yeah,
Bruce. Michael Malone was so happy to see him, and every single player was happy to see him. There was not a single player that did not go over and show love, and that is being a teammate. That's being a friend, and that was only in 1 year. Everybody was excited.
It was a big year.
The crowd. It was a big year.
It was a big year. That's true.
But the crowd went crazy. Like when he came out, like he had a great game. Nobody was mad about the great game. It was like a win-win for everyone.
Right.
That he's knocking down shots and doing all these things. Like I remember those things.
Jeff Green had a big game. I was furious.
Yeah. You're
pissed
mad
he
about
hit
it.
those
There's something
threes.
inside of you. But like that's the Bruce Brown experience. And when he made those shots, you missed that. You're like, oh. Like really, that's something that we felt so many times last year. So that was great.
I feel like Bruce was sneaky happy too. He's like, I played well and my favorite team won. I'll see you guys at View House later tonight.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It is wild because VOGT talked about this earlier. Like, this entire season, it's been us just compensating, talking to ourselves up like, hey, it's fine. We got PWat, we got Christian, we got like Julian Strother. It's fine. Like we can cobble together some semblance of Bruce, and then Bruce plays, and you're like, God damn it!
Yeah, that would be dope.
I miss it so much.
That would be dope.
So it was pretty cool to see him. All right, do you want to go try to wrangle up?
Yeah.
D-Line's going to hand him out of here. He's going to try to wrangle up some of the party bussers to hop on the show.
Make sure you only get the drunkest people.
But I love Brucey B, man. I thought it was great to see him again and to go. The bench, I will say real quickly, the only negatives, PWat and Christian Brown. Those guys, man, I'm worried about their offensive finishing. And PWat has been better. Tonight he wasn't, but he had been better with his finishing a little bit. Christian and PWat together, though, man, there's so many possessions where you're just like, I have no confidence in this cut to the basket, mildly contested, just got to finish it. A mild contest on Christian Brown right now, I'm like, no hope.
See, PWat, it feels a little more like a puppy, you know what I mean? That does a lot right, but still kind of does its own thing sometimes, and you're like, we'll work on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to grow out of that. I don't want to bring this hammer down too hard.
Yeah.
It does feel like the book is out on Christian. He doesn't have a lot of moves, and even just in transition, there's the Euro step, but even that doesn't really cover a lot of ground. He kind of just goes straight up and tries to go through you with the layups, and it's a little wild and reckless. I'm really bracing I'm trying to recalibrate my expectations for Christian as a guy who I do think.
So you're like starting to think he's worse than you thought on offense.
It's not that he's worse than he thought. It's that year two, you start using words like progression and improvement, and you expect to see big leaps. And I guess I just don't know if we're ever going to see a monster leap from Christian offensively.
Yeah, with Christian, it just feels like he's playing with so much pressure that he doesn't want to step out and make any mistakes. So like he's just trying to blend in, and that's not the type of player that he is, and that's not the type of player that you can have coming off of the bench. You have to be impactful when you're out there. So that means you got to take chances. He doesn't take any chances, and that's on offense or defense. The defense was so great because he was loud when he was making these type of plays, and we haven't seen those type of plays. And then on offense, he's just trying to shoot. He's just trying to score so that it doesn't look like he's having bad games, and I think that that's just on his mind a bit too much. I don't think that it's just only the offense for him. He just doesn't look good because he does not look confident at all. Peyton Watson, sometimes he's going to have bad games. He's a young player. I mean, they're both young players, but like you know that he has these standout type of games, offense and defense. This was not a game that called for him to do too much. You need them to play well against the good teams, like where you need your starters to play a little bit better, where you need your starters to step up. They didn't have to step up because they were up. This was an up game for them, and that's where the difference has to come. So you just want it to start somewhere with Christian. I think he needs to focus on one thing and then that be his thing and then move on from there. But I feel like he's just trying to do everything all at once. Yeah. Not going to find a groove like that.
I love that you brought up confidence because I actually think that's the biggest thing for him.
Chat's in there too, yeah.
What's that? Is confidence?
Yep.
Yeah, like he doesn't look confident. And I'll tell you this another part. You shouldn't be looking over your shoulder as a young guy. Like Michael Malone always talks about the best thing I can give these guys is confidence. I kind of feel like Malone needs to give Christian confidence. I don't know if he has confidence in Christian. And I feel like Malone needs to be, as he looks at the first half of the season, we're right at that halfway point, 41 games. Take a break now and look forward and say, my next 20 games, I just got to instill confidence in him and what things can I do? Because I almost feel like Malone's not that confident in him at the moment.
I feel the same way. I love that you guys brought this up in the chat. It's kind of the opposite of where PWat's at, right? Like, PWat's gotten to see himself succeed in important moments so many times in a row now where he's cleared a corner where, if he goes 0 for 7, he's still going to take the shot the next night. I almost think this year Christian's been in the opposite cycle with confidence. And maybe, this would probably come at the expense of Mike, so I almost regret saying it. Maybe it's as simple as Christian gets to close in the fourth with the starters one night, right? Okay. He's done that for Peyton a couple times. Yeah. Peyton's taken advantage of it, to be clear.
True. That's how you know your coach has confidence in you.
Right. But maybe it's that. Maybe it's, all right, Christian's had a good game tonight. Let's let him run with the starters to close this one and let him see himself succeed.
Right.
Because obviously Christian Braun can succeed in an NBA rotation. He did it for the champions just last year.
All right, it's that time. We had a takeover today, so we're going to bring some homies on. Dev?
Oh, I hate to leave.
See you, Dev.
All right, who's our first victims? Who's the first people who want to hop on? We can take two. We got one. Who else? We got one more? Want to hop on the show?
We got Shy Group today. Get on in here.
What's happening, brother? Introduce yourself to the chat.
Sean.
Bring it in close here.
Yep.
Like you know what you're doing.
Yep.
Look at this. Look how close I get. Nice and intimate. All right, there we go. All right, we got Sean.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself to the chat here.
My name is Greg.
How was the takeover today?
Takeover was a blast. It was awesome. Super cold outside, but it was a blast.
You didn't have to walk that far.
Oh, no, we're good, but.
Alrighty. So tell me, man, you guys know the deal. You come in here. You got to be prepared with some takes. Let's just start with this game. What did you think of the game?
I thought the starters were performed out of the world. Four starters with 20-plus points. That's super awesome.
How often? That doesn't happen often. I didn't see any stats there, but 4 players and 20 points.
I was going to look up when's the last time or how many times have Mike, Yoke, and Maul had the same amount of points.
Mm-hmm. You were going to look that up?
Well, I didn't know how to, so I stopped. I immediately stopped.
Where would you look that up?
I started to Google it. I'm like, that doesn't work.
Chat GPT, we're like, no luck
I'll
here.
text Nick.
Yeah. No, starters were incredible tonight. What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with the triple 25 and the 20 with Gordon. I was shocked that did Peyton Watson end up with 0 points?
Yeah. The bench as a whole, like Reggie had 9, Christian had 2. That was it. That's your bench points.
Can I ask you guys to what extent the bench worries you versus frustrates you? Because last year they had a bad bench and they won. So
I think it's more frustrating, to be honest. The scoring could be out of this world or be non-existent like it was tonight. So you got to give this is a game where it shows you we miss Bruce Brown and Jeff Green.
For sure.
Yeah.
This is big.
Yeah.
For sure.
Big towel. Some veterans. We need some veterans.
What about
Miss our veterans.
What about Michael Porter? Did he stand out to you guys tonight?
Oh, yeah, dude. What, the 5 threes?
7 threes.
7 threes?
7 of 11 from 3.
That was a good shooting performance. Butch has been shooting good all month long, but this was definitely standout game from 3-point line.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What kind of beanie do you got there? Oh, it's the champions. I see it. Yeah.
This is my brand new.
Brand new?
Piece. I was hoping to get a KCP jersey.
Really?
At the arena. For whatever reason, they weren't carrying him.
They're not carrying KCP?
I don't know what's up with that, but I got this. I'm not a cap guy, so when they had the championship caps, I wasn't.
But it's so freaking
going for
cold
it. So
out
I got
there.
my
Yeah, dude,
beanie,
good call.
and I'm
Good
really
call with
happy.
the beanie.
All right, you guys know the deal. We got to get a hot take from you, so give me your hot take, Sean.
Well, for starters with 20-plus points, that's my hot take of the night.
That's not a hot
awesome.
take.
Wait.
Kale, how many peppers? His hot take
more like
was
a replay.
literally the stats from tonight.
Come on.
There's no zero.
All right, we're gonna give you a second chance. We need a take.
Yeah, give us a take.
We need a
Dude, not
take.
even mild. Just give us something. You don't even have to really believe it, although it's cool
Yeah.
if you do.
Oh, the MPJ going on for a hot shooting night. Hot take?
That's not even a take.
No.
Give us a. All right, you know what?
A prediction, like
Or-
something you believe
or-
about the Nuggets.
You got this.
Show them how it is. Show them how it is. Tell them how a good, spicy take. Give us a spicy one. Unprepared.
You're
I
asking
can't
me?
believe it.
The
I
hot
feel
take,
like
yes.
we'll
Okay.
arrange timeout.
So the Nuggets are on their run right now. They're this road trip that they're gonna go on. They're gonna be undefeated.
They're gonna win all 5.
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Now we got a hot
That's
take.
a hot take.
There we go.
That's a, okay.
Hey,
And
I love
between
it.
the two of
That's
you,
a
feel
hot
Have you
take.
wound up at all? Do you have another? You want to take a
I
third
agree with
chance?
him. I'll take it. I'll jump on his bandwagon.
All right.
I'll jump on his bandwagon.
Fellas, thanks so
Fellas,
much.
thank you
We'll
so
cycle
much.
through.
Appreciate
But before
it.
we cycle through, cut to the one shot with me and our 2 shot over here. Let's go to Harrison live from the arena here.
Oh, nice.
He saw the guys on and was like, F this, man, I'm going.
Hey, see you, fellas. Thank you.
All right, let's hop a couple more on.
Can we get the guy in the Slovenia
Yeah, dude,
jersey
I'm telling
here?
you, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh, is that a
dude.
Flacco?
Bro, listen, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Do we have wind or no? Let me see what's going on here. Wind just wrote me.
All right, fellas, I'm going to start it off. What were your biggest takeaways tonight? Great night from the starters. Brucey B in the house. What stood out to you?
Man, it was emotional seeing Brucey B right away. It was special because it started off with Jeff Green first-ish. But now everybody's waiting for Brucey B. Everybody had to be here for there.
Everyone loves
And
Bruce.
dude, I was balling. I couldn't. I was crying my ass off.
Tonight, like I did miss him, man. More, I think I missed him more tonight than I had at any other point this year. Just seeing him, and then he was like hustling.
I
he's got
know. That's what I'm
boards.
saying.
Tell us about this jersey, man.
I got
Look at
here.
this. Close up, Kale. Close up.
Vlatko. Vlatko, Slovenia.
Chance shot, baby.
Shipped here from Slovenia.
Dude, that's
Try to
unbelievable.
find this online. I dare you. You
Official.
can't. You can't. I promise you, chat. Go look. You
What
won't
a
find
flex.
it.
It's a really cool looking
Yeah.
jersey too.
Got the Jordan.
Blue and aqua.
It's it.
I like it. All right.
To be honest, that's repping Vlatko at his peak.
Yes,
As much as I
and
love
that is
as
his
much as
peak.
I
Feel
love
the
him.
Blacko? That
That's
guy right
peak
there.
Blacko.
That's my saddest part of the season. He's not playing at all.
I know, man.
I
And
know.
he'd be
Like
helpful,
I was
too.
really sad. I was like,
We would be undefeated if we had him.
That's a hot take.
All right, let's go to Harrison Wind, who is live at Ball Arena. Let's cut to him here. There he is. He was in the house tonight.
What's
for
up,
Brucey
guys?
B. What is up, Wind? Walk us through, man. What was it like being there for ring night for Brucey B?
It was cool, man. It's been cool when all these guys have come and gotten rings and, somebody's presenting them the ring at midcourt and all of a sudden the whole team's around them, jumping around and stuff. I can't remember any other team doing that for ring night, The Warriors don't do that on ring night. Like, recent champions, they don't have that kind of dog pile at midcourt when a ex-player's getting a ring. I think it's kind of something that speaks to the Nuggets culture and just how different this organization is from a lot of other teams out there. I think it's pretty cool how connected even last year's team still is.
Well, if you remember when Aaron Gordon was bit by that dog and missed some games, he was talking about like how. What?
Just the sentence. It's accurate. You didn't say anything wrong.
I'm trying to be funny when he was
I know
missed
it.
those games.
I don't think you were trying to
One
be.
of the things he said is he was like, "Man, I just miss being with my guys. I had to get back out there because I just miss being around the guys." And I think it's true. Like they're having fun and they enjoy each other, and it's like, you almost feel bad for missing. Unlike, let's say, I don't know, Andrew Wiggins, who's gone for 3 months last year, didn't care, didn't seem to care. All right, take us in the locker room.
I think there's a fire alarm going off right now, so I don't know how much time I have. You can see there's a ring of blinking lights around me right now.
Michael Porter was on fire tonight.
He was on fire, and I mean that was the biggest theme of the post-game pressers just now. Michael Malone kind of went off about how impressed he is with Michael Porter's season and just what he's been able to do after the medical stuff he's been through. He talked about the brace he still wears, and Michael Porter, I believe, is the only Nuggets starter who hasn't missed a game this season.
Only player,
He's
baby.
been just incredibly durable. And it's been impressive, man. It's been really impressive. And tonight, he obviously turns in probably his best game of the season. His shot was working. He had 5 assists, which tied a regular season career high for him. And Michael Malone said that what he's doing from a medical standpoint has never been done before.
Thank you.
And what Michael Porter's doing has just been so incredible. So that was the main theme of what Malone had to say, just kind of loving, what Michael Porter did tonight and what he's done this season.
Yeah.
Same, Harrison.
And he also just loved the defensive effort that, Denver put forward tonight, holding the Pacers to 109 points. That's a big accomplishment, man. I mean, this is the team that puts up 120, 130 every single night. And Indiana also only had 7 fast break points in this game. That was a big point of emphasis heading into today. And that was a huge accomplishment for the Nuggets to hold them to just 7 fast break points. But Michael Malone was not happy about the turnovers in this one. I mean, of course, I think Denver finished with 20 turnovers. They just did not take care of the ball. That is what he wants this team to clean up heading into a road trip, which kind of might define the first, 2/3 of this season.
This road trip?
Yeah.
Or turnover. Yeah, I mean, this road trip really is going to be one that lingers for us for a long time with the games that you're playing. The Knicks, the 76ers, the Celtics. You win those games, that's going to linger. Like, through low points and high points, you're just going to be like, yeah, but remember when we went on the road and smacked those teams? Conversely, if you lose those ones, you're just going to be sticking in. You're like, all right, well, we haven't proved it at that level, so it'd be nice to do. I'm glad it's on.
And then we talk with Jamal Murray as well, and he just shouted out the all-around team performance tonight offensively. I mean, Denver had 4 20-point scores tonight. They had 3 25-point scores, and the efficiency that the Nuggets played with offensively tonight was crazy. They shot 65% from the floor, 50% from 3. If it wasn't for the turnovers, they might have had 130, 140, like maybe 150 points tonight. So Jamal was just talking about that, how happy he was with just the well-rounded offensive effort. And you guys good?
Yeah, I like that. He was in a good mood then, huh?
I'm questioning his math on that, but it's a good note. It's a good note.
Well, that was just me. That's what I thought they could have had. They had 21 turnovers tonight. And then, the defense, Jamal was talking about that as well. He said, look, I get guarded by a lot of the toughest guys out there. I just try to put that energy into my defensive game. And I think the joke in the locker room, if I heard this correctly, is they're calling KCP first team, Peyton Watson second team, Jamal Murray third team.
It's a great one, dude. It's a great one.
Even though there's no third team all defense.
That actually is great.
I do think this team, Harrison, to me, has a lot of personality as compared to some of the Nuggets teams in the past.
Yeah, I'd agree. But yeah, that's all I got, guys.
Well, tell me this last one. Brucey B, what was the reception like for him relative to some of the other ones? Ish and Jeff. The crowd, just how did the crowd seem to appreciate seeing Brucey B get ringed?
Oh, it was a great reception, as you would have thought. He got a standing O. It was a really cool moment pregame when they kind of played the tribute video, the compilation of some of Bruce's great moments from last year. Michael Malone walks over to him sitting on the scorer's table, and those two were just watching the video together. I thought that was really cool. Wow.
That's really cool, man. I love it. Go say hi to Brucey B for us. Tell him DNVR says hi. 6'4", we know it. We'll see. We'll see you later, Win. All right, let's get back to some hot takes, shall we? That was a lot of news, a lot of information. Let's get back to some crazy. You came prepared?
All right. So I think my hot take is Vodka will return this season in the playoffs, and he will win us a game.
Kale,
Vodka will win us a game
Kale,
in
can you
the
make a new
playoffs.
graphic?
Game winner.
Like in the finals, like the Christian Brown
Ooh,
game
that is an
last
extra
year.
2 months.
Just one game, yeah.
If
in
this
the
comes
finals.
true, I'm finding you. We're getting you.
Yeah,
he'll be here claiming
and
it.
I
Are you
will
kidding me?
find you.
Yeah. Dude, this is
We will
incredible. This is why when we do takeovers and you come on the show, this is an example of a great take. I wasn't on the radar. It wasn't something we were thinking about.
It's nearly impossible.
It's nearly impossible. I like the idea though about if you go to the finals, that's an extra 2 months of
Yeah,
recovery.
and the Aaron Rodgers rehab program.
You
Get
think he's
little
on that one?
crystals, rub it on your knee.
Yeah, there we go.
Vlatko Chanchar playing, just even if he doesn't play well, plays 2 minutes in the finals just for whatever reason would be awesome.
Yeah.
Willis Reed, him walking onto the court just for that, I would be like, it lifts everybody's spirits.
And some would say Vlatko is more important to NBA history than Willis Reed was.
Some people would say
Some
that.
people would say that.
They
know
get a title, maybe. Justin,
people.
what do you got?
I mean, I wish I could give a real
Your
hot
takes
take.
are always hot, man. Come on.
If it was really real, 3 out of 5 Nuggets could be starters in the All-Star, but it's never gonna happen because Jamal can't do it. But we have so much potential. I can't give a real hot take, but one of my first questions to you, when I first met you ever, was at a Broncos takeover, and I asked you, was like,
A
"You think-"
Broncos takeover?
Yes, it was me and you. That's the first time I met you. It was a Titans game, and you got stung by a bee and all that. I remember, but
I don't remember any of this.
I remember this.
Hold on, I was at a Broncos what, tailgate?
Yes, tailgate.
I was at a Broncos tailgate and I got stung by a bee.
By a bee. I was like, that voice sounds familiar. I was like, wait, that's Locked On. That's fucking Adam. Sorry.
You're good. No, it's fine.
Adam Aldes.
That's the best part.
And then he's like, you got stung by a bee. I was like, but I asked him, I was like, do you think Porter could become just what we expect? And then for me, everybody expect fire always. I was just like, just what he is now, support, great role player, bought in. That's all I really wanted. When I asked him, I was like, do you think he could be what we expect him to? And he could be an all-star right now over Jamal, which Jamal is the only thing stopping him is his injuries.
Yeah.
If he wasn't injured for 2-3 weeks, we could have 3: Jokic, Porter, and Gordon, Jamal. He could be 3 or 4 starters.
The longer
KCP.
this take goes, the more people he adds.
I'm just saying, man.
Give him 11 minutes.
We
He's
can
like,
have-
fucking Jay Huff.
We have that. That's how strong our starting 5 is. I remember asking him that, and he was like, dude, I don't got a real hot take, but we can have 3 out of 5 starters, man, in the All-Star.
We're gonna have 1, so that is a hot take. I've had 1,000 peppers. It's not happening.
At least 2. At least 2.
I will say this is a take I didn't get to say on the show that I actually meant to take. One of the unspoken tragedies of the Nuggets art is that Michael Porter got hurt in the year that Murray was hurt.
Well, yes.
Because I would have loved
We
to have
got
seen, they
swept.
wouldn't have won a title or anything.
We never
But I
got
would have
swept.
loved a full year of a healthy MPJ alongside Yoke as the number 2 guy.
Wow.
I just would have loved it. Again, just because I think their chemistry would have really gotten well. And 2, I think it would have developed Porter in a very good way where Porter could have sped up. But you watch it, and some nights, we know what Murray Jokic is. Champions. That duo elevates to here. But there are nights in the regular season where the Murray or the Jokic MPJ duo, when
Yes.
they're on the court, it's like, man, you could win a lot of games with that duo. And if Murray, the year he was hurt, if MPJ was healthy, I think Denver might have won 53, 54 wins, and you'd be like, wow, that's a good duo, and it's Denver's secondary duo. So to me, it's a tragedy that we didn't get to experience that.
Yeah,
That would have been awesome. I was wishing for that, too.
Guys,
Well,
but-
just to the point of what we were talking about earlier with when Porter gets to play, how much better he gets and the improvement, I just think it's really easy to overlook how few reps he actually had of non-high school basketball before things started to click.
Yeah.
And that year would have gone a really long way. And I think this is a guy who understands basketball much better than he did a year ago. And with that lost year, we could be ahead of schedule. So I'm with you.
I think, yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get some new people in here in the hot seat. Thank you, gentlemen. You win the night with the jersey. Somebody in here had a custom-made Bruce Brown shirt. They came in second, but that's the gold medal of the night. Brother, always good to see you,
a little
man.
dap up, my man.
And the cool jacket, too, by the way. We get this
stuff.
90s
James
Nuggets. Hell yeah, James Posey jacket. Oh my gosh, who do we have? Who else is hopping on? You got a birthday kit from the vending machine?
I got you.
Should I open it up right here live on the show?
Let's
and
do
my
it.
my guy Patrick and my guy TK.
Oh my God! It's
Backed
the
by
Chicago,
popular demand.
It's the MJ panel here.
Oh my God! This is the MJ
This is the
panel.
MJ
the
panel.
Two biggest
Heard you were
MJ
bad-mouthing
fans
my
I
boy.
know
You were bad-mouthing
are sitting
my
on
boy.
this panel. Pull it in nice and close like this,
There's bigger
TK.
people
Got you.
than us who are MJ fans.
That's true. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us, Adam.
So I got Patrick here, and I got TK over here. First of all, TK, you were on the party bus. You were at the game. How was
Yep.
the experience at the game tonight?
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. You know what I mean? It was good to see them follow through, play for 4 quarters, and get a win.
Yeah. What I love, TK, you almost sound like we're hyped and we're having a good time. It was a great game. You're almost like they did what they were supposed to do.
I had fun. It was cool. It was
Yeah.
righteous. Did your boy get the triple-double, or did he miss that assist?
He
This the
missed it.
Sombor?
He
What
missed
y'all
a
call it?
Sombor
It's the Sombor double.
He
The
got a
Sombor
Sombor
double. I mean,
double
25,
from us,
25,
man.
25.
But see, like I saw him trying in the 4th quarter and making some kind of not great passes.
You think so?
Don't you think?
That's
you
a
didn't
hot
think so
take.
at the end
That's
of the
his
game?
hot take.
go.
That's his
So
hot
Yoke
take.
was chasing a triple double. He was stat padding.
No, I didn't say that. He was in the game. He was trying to get an assist, but he wasn't even. I mean, he wasn't trying to like solidly get it. He's like,
Right.
okay,
Yeah. Just because he's having a little bit of fun.
but it's cool.
But I thought the pass that he didn't get, he threw kind of a crazy one. I don't know what. I think somebody got a finger on it or whatever. It
Yeah.
bounced back to him and he laid it up. So it wasn't
Yeah.
even a turnover. But that
Yeah.
pass would have been so fun. It's one of those like forgotten highlights where it was this close to being a
So
great
many
one.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when they work, you definitely ain't mad, and when they don't work, you're like, okay.
Yeah. We got 2 Jordan guys on the panel here, but I want to go. TK, can we rewind the conversation we had 2 nights ago?
When I was rebuking you for calling LeBron
TK
James,
was very excited to come here. He comes out. He was very excited. So he's like, "Oh, TK wants to meet you." Blah blah blah. We meet, and he started yelling at me. He starts
I did
yelling
not
at me.
raise my voice at all.
It's not unheard of.
You weren't
It's
there.
not
I didn't
unheard of.
raise my voice at all.
He didn't raise his voice, but he did like look down at me. One of a few guys that can
Very
actually
few people
look
who
down
can
at
do
me.
that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can actually do
That's
it.
exactly.
But it was also.
How does it
tell me,
feel?
what is the problem that you had, or not problem?
It's not a
Question you
problem.
raised.
No, I'm saying if you're going to call LeBron James arguably the greatest player of all time, which you do repeatedly, you need to do that for a bunch of people. Whenever Jerry West's name come up,
Yeah.
whenever Oscar Robinson's name come
Should
up,
say
whenever
arguably the greatest player of all
Kareem.
time.
So
Yeah.
in the future,
We never do,
whenever
though.
you're in front of those people, I want to hear you say that.
Would you rather I say that for them or just not say it for LeBron?
I mean, since you've already done this, you should start saying it for everybody.
Okay, since I'm too late.
You should have your list ready
Start saying
and
for everybody.
go through the list each time, top to
Yeah.
bottom.
We can definitely start saying it for Yoke at this point. That's all.
Yeah, why not?
Well, here's the
Why
thing
not?
is what he told me, because I told him, I said, look, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying the realm of possibilities for Jokic is that he ends up the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every day that goes by, that window becomes smaller, right? Like it becomes less and less likely that it can happen.
Uh-huh.
But he's got one title.
Got one.
Say Jordan was 27 and won his first title. Jokic
Yep, yep, yep.
27 won his
28
first title.
28 won his first
28.
title.
So we're right
Even
on
older.
track
That's why you're here, Patrick.
It's good. It's good. The only thing is, no one can be the greatest player of all time if they don't want to be.
You don't think he? Oh, you know what? This is actually good. He wants something different.
Or even more definitively, the greatest player of all time, because you didn't care that much and still.
No,
That's even
That's
good.
the opposite.
but see, there can be people who will represent that point of view, but you'll always be in the minority.
That's true.
Because
I agree.
everybody else be
I
saying,
agree.
I want the guy who went for 40
Yep.
every single night.
It's not what we want.
So I actually think there's something like very poignant about what you're saying here, which is that no, I'm serious about Jokic isn't trying to be the greatest ever, and this is why
Right.
he has 4-point games. I actually think what Jokic is trying to do is have the best team ever. And I've long said that there's Jokic, who's the best player in the Nuggets, best player of this era in my opinion. He has the chance to do all that. But then you have Jokic Murray, where it's like the duo, Stockton and Malone, Kobe and Shaq of this era is those two. But I actually don't want either of those as much as I want Denver starting 5. I want it to be looked at as, man, that starting 5. Like the Warriors, death lineup.
Right.
Death lineup, an all-time lineup.
Right.
You had the 90s Bulls, the 96 Bulls. That was an all-time lineup they had.
Spurs, yeah.
I think it'd be cool if the Nuggets were remembered most as their 5-man lineup. That was the best 5 guys we've ever seen. I think that's what Jokic wants, by the way.
I mean, of course, none of us actually know what the guy wants, but he wants to be the best and he wants to win. You know what I mean? I don't think he cares. I don't think he's invested in any of the discourse. Do you think he is?
No.
I think he's.
But the discourse isn't the same necessarily of being the greatest version.
Yes,
you know
Patrick.
what I mean? I think anyway.
I think he is concerned with greatness, not discourse.
But he doesn't care to play the game.
Yeah,
Like the game is a different thing.
When
to
he
him.
said we're chasing ourselves, I think he's chasing himself.
Right.
He's like, how good
That was a
can I
badass
be?
statement.
Not how good can I be relative to Jordan? How good can I be relative to my own potential? And if my potential so happens to be the greatest to ever play the game, then so be it. But he's not chasing that. He's chasing himself.
I actually agree with that. Also, I just want to say before it gets away from me, your pants are awesome. Those
They
are
are great.
pants.
People in Denver love these pants. That we into like double figures over 2 or 3 days.
Can I say something about Denver fans real quick?
Yeah.
You guys are not fair weather fans. If this weekend has taught me anything,
Really?
this
Well,
weather is
so cold.
far from fair. It's objectively horrible. I live in
bad
LA.
weather.
I've come in for it. And the fact that you had the bus going to the game, everybody at the game, people at the bar filling up, like true
go
fans.
out.
True fans.
We're tough.
Seriously.
We're tough out here.
It does not feel good outside.
What is
to me anyway.
D-Line always says we're definitively not bitches, man.
There you go.
And the derogatory.
And we're proud of it.
Definitively.
Real quickly, because you're a Jordan guy as well, so I just want to ask you. You're a big Jordan guy.
It's true.
What would you feel if Jokic did become like? I don't even think it's on the radar, man. Like Jokic's gonna be like Tim Duncan. He's gonna win 5, and nobody even includes him in the top 5. You know, they're just gonna like pass it over. But
you got a point.
how would you feel if it did become the thing? Like
If anybody was going to eclipse Jordan, or if they were going to be in the conversation with Jordan, I would prefer it be Jokic than anyone else.
There you go. That would make you feel the best about it.
That would make me feel fine about it. I would feel fine about that.
You'd feel pretty good about it.
I enjoy Jordan. I'm enjoying Jokic.
All right, let's give some hot takes here before we get out of here. Each of you, I've tried to prep you. If you're going to come on the show, you got to have hot takes. So start us off, Patrick.
My hot take is, you remember the Moses Malone faux faux faux?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
My hot take is faux 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 in 20 faux for the repeat. That's as hot as it gets.
If the Nuggets
Sweep in the playoffs for a repeat,
Faux, faux,
that's my
faux,
hot
faux.
take.
So here's
and
the
I'm not
thing-
scared.
I
I said
love
it.
it. That's
I'm not
five.
scared.
I mean, of course it's 5
I'm not
peppers,
scared.
you guys.
I'm a little drunk. I've had a lot to drink,
Yeah.
but I'm not scared.
4-4. Do you hear this prediction? 4-4-4-4. Here's
You
the thing.
can't say that. It's faux,
Faux, faux, faux. Of course.
Faux 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 faux.
No, I'm getting
Moses,
on
he's
this
trying
guy's
to correct me.
case.
I was
Faux,
just
faux,
helping
faux.
out here.
You heard me.
That's
You
still
got it.
Moses' thing.
You
You
got
can't
it.
steal Moses' thing. But I'm just
It's
saying.
a tribute to Moses.
If the Nuggets, because I don't, like we were just saying, Jokic could win 7 championships. He wouldn't be in anybody's top 5. Nuggets, they could win 4 straight titles. Be the first team to do it since
Yeah.
the Celtics in the 60s. And nobody would be like, yeah, that was the best team. They'd be like, I don't know.
Perception is a big part
you know,
of it.
whatever.
A little bit.
But if you went 4-4-4-4, if you faux, if you went faux, I do wonder if people would be like, you know, is that the greatest team of all time? Would they do it?
It's one
I
more
only
great
caught half
feather
the
in your
take,
belt.
Well, you know how y'all
I only
people
got half
say-
the take. If they won 4,
If they went faux, four
See,
sweeps.
See, he's still
Oh,
doing it
yeah.
right.
Oh my gosh,
He's
man.
so exaggerated.
Dude,
But
yes,
no, I'm talking to him. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I heard your
We'll,
whisper.
we'll take this. We're
I'm
good.
trying, aren't you supposed to open your gift?
I will open
did
it up
bring it up
momentarily. TK? Hot take?
The one, I mean, the one I was telling you all the other day, I posed it as a question, but I'll make it as a proper, not as a statement. Jokic will end up with more Finals MVPs than regular season MVPs in his career.
Well, he's got 2.
We talked
He's
about
got
this.
2 MVPs.
I think that's a
You
good
only
regular
says 4 pepper tackle.
I think that's a good take. I think that's a good. I like that
I think it's
take.
true.
I like
hold
that
on,
take a
hold on
lot.
second,
I can
hold on a
explain
second.
it. I can
Hold on a
explain
second.
That's 2 more titles
He's got
for sure.
2 MVPs and 1
Yeah.
Finals MVP.
Yes.
So you think he has 2 more championships in a minimum?
For sure.
Minimum.
But
And
do you
he'll be
think he
the-
has another MVP in him?
If he doesn't get it this year, which I don't necessarily think he will, then no.
Oh, this is last MVP year.
Yeah, it's just we're talking about voting and shit.
That
We're
is
talking
when you
about
kinda
who's the
gotta
best.
want.
We're
Right.
talking about
no,
voting.
you end up
Yeah.
in the, at a certain point, you end up in the Giannis zone.
And that's when
But
you
when he
do
gets
kind
to
of
the
got to
finals
want.
and his team wins and he's obviously led in points, rebounds, and assists, boom, you have to give it to him. You know what I mean?
Is Jokic going to have a bad regular season, or is he going to be around where he is right now for the next couple of years, in your opinion?
I mean, I think Jokic's going to end up every season or for the next few seasons as
Like
one of the
this,
very
like this.
top players.
If Jokic's coming off of back-to-back championships, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's doing his numbers, and Embiid's doing his numbers, and Jokic's doing these numbers, I just think everyone's going to be like, yeah, we know one of those numbers means something. We don't know about the other numbers, and I think he'd win another MVP.
He might get 3, and so my argument says, well, if he gets 3, that means he's getting at least 4.
That's what I was trying to get
He's
at. I
getting
love
4.
it.
You know,
TK's the best.
not necessarily 4, but he's getting 4.
Yeah. You know who
Finals
he'll
MVP.
join if he has more Finals MVPs than MVPs?
Who?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan. There you go.
Right back
All
there in the
right.
GOAT combo.
I'm opening up my gift over here, Kale. We have this cool little thing. What's it called?
It came from your vending machine.
A vending
Yeah.
machine.
Oh,
a vending machine.
Yeah, you know those.
Yeah, and it comes with little things. I don't know what this is.
This
It's a
was the
little
birthday
puppy.
package. I don't know what's in it,
It
but I got
says
it for
Feliz
you because I
cumpleaños,
love you, man.
puta.
Boom. Okay. Okay. Inappropriate, but I like it.
King's crown.
Oh, you put that on right now.
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
got a
You put
little
that
thing.
on right now.
You got a little one of those.
Pop up.
We got the little popper. You want to
Pop
pop
it.
it open? You want to go for it here? Get us going. It's also got this version. That tasted like cake.
I don't know if I know
Buy
how
me
you
a
pop
drink. It's
these.
my birthday. That ain't a bad one. I guess I.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
dude, there's a cupcake in here. How long do you think this cupcake has been in the vending machine?
I don't know, man.
Quite a while.
Do not eat that cup.
We were the only
terribly
people that went to the
appetizing.
vending machine today, and we went 4 times.
And
so.
then I got 3 balloons, blue and orange and a purple. Rockies, Nuggets, Broncos. No abs represented in this
Smells
one.
like campfire
Yeah,
now.
that blue could be
cool.
abs.
Red, you know the King's Crown's red. Fellas, thanks so much. We're gonna get one more on.
Yeah,
Okay.
Any parting thought?
I wanted one more quick
Let me hear it.
hot take. So y'all got a backup point guard. Y'all been giving him the incorrect name all these years. Well, he ain't been there all these years, but like, what's your backup point guard's name in your opinion? What's his
Reggie
name?
Jackson?
Reggie Jackson is somebody else. Reggie Jackson is a Hall of Fame baseball player. So
I
y'all-
like it.
No, one more piece. I'm almost
Mr.
done.
May?
So the actor who's been Creed 1, Creed 2, Creed 3,
Michael
Creed 4.
B.
Jordan,
What's
yeah.
his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
So Reggie
y'all
B.
gotta start calling this
Jackson?
guy Reggie B. Jackson is what I'm trying to say.
Reggie B.
That's
Jackson.
only fair. That's only right.
That's the
only
hot
proper.
take of the day right
Reggie
there.
B.
His middle name,
Jackson.
we don't know.
Doesn't- it literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Literally.
really doesn't matter. It's actually
Reggie
Sean.
B.
Doesn't matter.
I love
Reggie
it.
B. Jackson.
Okay, that's
Reggie-
all I'm saying.
TK
That's all I'm saying.
Sean.
I'm out.
Incredible guess.
What a performance. What an appearance.
I feel outshined.
What an absolute appearance. I can't believe I'm getting replaced by TK, but I'm fine with that, obviously.
All right, we have one more.
Two
one
more.
pair. 2 more.
Come.
Who's coming on? Who's coming on? Don't be shy.
Come.
Hurry your booty over here.
All right, we got our last two.
Have a seat. Pull it up nice and close. About that close. See how close I got this guy right here? Introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Spence.
Joe Spence.
Yeah, I grew up in Fort Collins.
Is that Joe, Spence? Spence Joe?
Hello, everybody. My name is Anthony Ortiz. Also grew up in Fort Collins.
All right, we got a couple folks.
Dude, meet
in here. You guys
Fort
Rams?
Fun.
I went to Montana State. But,
Okay.
Oh, my
when
God.
it comes down to it, I cheer for the Rams, yeah.
A guy
I'm a
over here
buff.
as well.
Let's
You're a
go.
buff, dude.
I'm
from
a
Fort-
buff.
What
What do you
gonna
feel
do?
about that?
What?
Is
I
there a
don't care.
kinship to him being from Fort Collins?
My parents went to see you. I don't know. I don't like them, so why would I like him?
We figured out why you hate seeing that.
That's
We got
true.
it. All right, awesome. Well, fellas, what did you think of the takeover tonight?
You know, I thought it was a lot of fun. It felt like the perfect game in that the Nuggets won in the end, and we never had a doubt that they would win.
Yeah.
But it was fun that they kept it close for a little bit. Thank you.
Incredible.
Kept you on your toes.
I never felt like it was close.
It was, in fact, close.
In the
Even
first
when the
half for a
Nuggets were
bit,
losing?
like I said, they,
But
It's
letter
like
of the
they just gotta
law.
focus for a couple
Letter
minutes.
of the law.
I always
was
thought they were going to
close.
win. I never doubted that. But it was fun that they kind of kept you on your toes for a little bit there.
Have you guys thought of a good hot take though to get us out on the
We've
show?
got some hot takes.
Yeah, you got a bunch of them.
Present them.
Maybe one
One
or
apiece,
two.
probably.
One apiece. All
Yeah,
right,
one
who wants to
apiece.
start us off?
I'll start with my hot take.
Yeah.
So, Jokic and his passes. Feel like we had too many turnovers. Way too many turnovers.
Okay.
We can't be playing ball where it's like we're not playing volleyball.
This feels like a complaint, not a hot take.
This feels like
So
a hot
far.
critique.
21? How many
21
turnovers?
turnovers. They turn you over though. They're the best in the league at turning you over.
So, how many did the other team have? 13?
12?
12?
I don't know.
Thereabouts.
I think it was 21 to 13.
Yeah, 13.
So, great at making plays, great with the assists, but we can't be playing volleyball out there.
Whoa.
All right, Kale, how much of a hot take is it that turnovers are bad? Turnovers are bad. How many peppers are we talking here? One pepper take.
One pepper.
Did you? He was like, "Oh, we got some hot takes, man. We got some hot ones."
Come
I
on,
was not
Kale, that's
expecting
2 peppers.
2 pepper take. Hot turnovers are bad. All right, Joe/Spence.
Joe-Spence.
There's no way yours is not that spicy. You got to have a spicier one than that.
I think it's a little spicier. It roots back to the Magic game.
Okay.
When Jamal dribbled the air out of the ball at the end of the game.
Sucked.
It hurt to watch, right? And I'll be honest, I texted my brother right before the final play, and I said, if they give the ball to MPJ, they win. If Michael Porter Jr. takes the last shot, they win. If they give it to anybody else, they lose.
So you're proven right because it didn't happen and
Exactly.
they lost.
Yeah, I set myself up for success on that one. But my hot take is the next time that it comes down to the last shot, it should be Michael Porter Jr. and it will hit it. He'll hit it, and they will win.
That's going to be a 5 pepper take. There's no way he gets to take that shot.
Yeah.
I agree. That's my hot take is Michael Porter Jr. should take the next big shot.
Michael Porter, when the clock's winding down and he just has to shoot it, shoots 100%. So I kind of feel like he might be right about
He
that.
hits the big shots. He doesn't miss. He'll miss the open ones every now and again.
That's
Tonight
a
he hit them.
moment.
I wish we would give him a couple more grenades. Like every now and then, it's like, "Where's Mike? We have a grenade. Boom! Just do something with it," because he does make those, man.
And it was a bit more reassuring when after the game he was talking about how sometimes him and KCP and AG should get a couple more shots. But I get it. It's the best 2-man game in the league. It's undeniable, and it's hard not to give it to Jamal or Yoke. But
yeah,
I think MPJ should get the next one.
Okay.
Kale, I told we have super chats. Let's read them. Eric, you want to use your good eyes?
Oh my God.
Do we get to be a part of this?
You can. Hang out.
Let's see what we got here. Astray, our homie. That DJ ejection sent the Nuggets into an even higher, very pissed off gear that I don't think I've ever seen from them in a long time. Terminator-esque.
I think what was good about that was that Yoke had to come back in.
Honestly, that was the best part
That
of it.
was a pretty big thing.
I found myself hoping for an ejection every game at the 9-minute mark. Cedric Exquisite, our guy. All the Nuggets are good. By the way, Adam, you're still short in my eyes. Dev, your picks suck sometimes. Just had to say it. Love you, D-Line. What a great super chat.
Wow.
Sometimes people.
I disagree. I think you're very tall. By the way.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
But most of that chat was great, though, right?
Yeah.
55555-ish. Couldn't watch the game live, but it seemed like all the Nuggets are good. Yes.
Well, starters.
Glad to see Bruce got his ring. Can't wait for Tuesday's MVP matchup. Oh my God, I'm fucking terrified.
Tomorrow's show you're not going to want to miss, guys. We're getting ready for that one. It's going to be a full show getting ready for it.
I went from happy to nervous already.
Embiid is back. It looks like he's back. He's been going to practice and stuff. He might have taken the last 2 weeks off just to get ready for this. It's entirely possible.
Nadine Marcus.
Tuesday.
Jokic seems to have reached a new level of mastery. After this prolonged streak of crazy efficiency, where do you think he ranks all time? Still number 1.
I mean, it's too early. I don't think you should do players all time while they're playing. I just think it's like you got to wait, man.
Because then we get upset when they score 4 points. The ultimate homie, BJ Malays.
Oh, wow.
$2. Great game. Wish I could have come to the takeover. You and me both,
too,
BJ.
Man.
You and me both. Flunk.
Oh, man. Check. Is this, what is CCK?
I think these are check crowns. Yeah.
There's no way it's anything else.
100 check crowns from Flunk. Finally able to catch you guys live as a European. All the Nuggets are good and love you guys and your pod. Hopefully we'll be able to catch a game live one day and have a beer with y'all.
Hell yeah.
IDMO Nuggets or IDMO Nuggets. Let's go. You're right. Let's go. Thanks for the crowns, my man. Post Nugs clarity. Excited for Nugs to demolish my local team, Wizards. Oh man.
Man, that's the game you should worry about.
That is tough.
Nugs at Washington.
Yeah.
Woof.
Thank God they beat the Pistons.
And that's on a Sunday after a Saturday. Oof.
Yeah, we're vibing out here.
We're vibing.
Emily White, thank you, says, decided to try Rakia for the first time before hitting the game today. Man, that'll put some hair on your Balkans. Go Nugs.
Put some hair on your Balkans.
What an excellent chat. Almost as good as that one where they talked about D-line. Carlos Romero, $2, thank you. Miss Bruce and his Bugs Bunny floater.
What does that mean?
I think that he thinks it's
I can see it. His
cartoonish. I don't know.
kind of looks like Bugs Bunny from Space Jam. I can see it.
Oh, the
Space Jam. It's Space Jam.
Yeah, we're too old for that. We don't know what's going on. And I think the last one from Joe Clem 15. Sugar Ray Robinson is considered the GOAT, but he was not passionate about boxing. He openly talked about it, just doing it for money. That feels like he's talking about Jokic in the same vein.
He was just doing it to buy more horses.
I mean, you got to buy. They're expensive.
They are expensive, man. All right, hit that outro music, Kale. Takeover night, success. Brucey B, ring night, success.
Oh my God.
Big success.
You know,
Winners Lounge, success.
Winners Lounge, success. And then I would even see narrative season, successful rebound after a very tough start.
Let's
2
not
in a
talk
row.
about. Let's not. We're too
But
early
we
on to
all
start
know
talking
that
about it.
real narrative season is about this next
Yeah,
one.
we're not
That's
talking about it
ground
right
zero. We're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow. I can't wait for it. Everybody, join us tomorrow, 3:15. Hit that like button on the way out.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.